Welcome to another episode of the Blood Heart Podcast, where we get into Diablo topics and then we branch out a little bit into other things as well. I got my co-host with me, Rekka. How you doing?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good.
Yeah.
Not bad.
That's good. What do we got today? What's the big thing that's been happening this week?
So, Diablo. Bounties, double bounties.
Oh, right. Double bounties. That's been pretty
So
fun.
is this, so it's fun. It's always good to get double bounties, but is this kind of like, we're sorry, but not sorry, but here's some extra bounties?
We're sorry, not sorry. You think it's like an apologetic double bounties?
Kind of, yeah. I don't know. It's kind of like a lot of people stop playing with the seasonal, and this is kind of like come back to us kind of vibe. I don't know.
It could be that. I mean, it could be like, that was one of the first things I said was, if you're going to make a weaker seasonal theme, you should pair it with a better one. Like with a secondary buff, right? Like double bounties or double blood shards or something. Could be that.
Yeah, we've been saying that for a while. As soon as they messed up their feature, I don't know. It's intended feature, but it was messed up. So yeah, this kind of feels like we're sorry in the background, but not sorry because this was intended kind of deal. Yeah. It's a little weird. It's good because everyone loves double bounties. Everyone hates bounties apart from the weirdos like me and a few other people.
Yes, you actually do like bounties, yeah.
I do. I really enjoy them.
I guess it's kind of like a world quest in WoW or something. So if you're if you do like that kind of content, I don't mind them actually. If I had to do like 1 or 2 sets a day, it wouldn't bother me. It's just they're so powerful and you have to do them, you know.
Yeah, that's the thing. If I don't have much time to do them, I at least would try and complete like a 5 rounds or something a day. That gives you quite a lot and it keeps you, you know, topped off. But now you would have to do even less just to keep. But yeah, it's sad though because non-seasonal don't get it, which is really sad.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of people that play non-seasonal due to the fact that they can't play a lot, so they think it's better to play non-seasonal and put their time into their, you know, main part of it, which is fair enough because you know, by the time you've played seasonal, if you haven't got a lot of time, you're not going to gain anything by doing it, I suppose.
Yeah, I got a lot of people on stream saying, hey, like, you know, is it non-season? And then we usually make jokes like who plays non-season, but like you said, there are people that don't have time, right? So you only have like a certain amount of time to dedicate. So I guess it would be cool if it was both, but as a almost exclusive seasonal player, it's hard to see the other side sometimes, you know, because you're like, most of us on Twitch anyway play seasonal, I'd say, but not everybody. And I don't even know how much more difficult it would be to give it to them. So I don't even know if it's a big deal. Like they should probably just enable it. I'm not sure how it works.
This is the thing. They have the sets, so it wouldn't be too hard, maybe. I don't know. The only thing they don't have is the seasonal. Different. They have access to the new sets and stuff, so
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird.
But yeah, you get double bounties throughout the duration of Season 21. This bonus cache does not benefit. This bonus cache does benefit from any difficulty level. It is essentially as though you completed 2 times the bounties. So like if you do an Act 1, you get a cache, they just give you an extra cache. It's kind of like when you would walk into a goblin and then you would get an equal goblin of the same type when we had double goblins. The rewards inside the caches are otherwise unaffected, but you just get 2 of everything. So you'd get like 2 Ring of Roll Grandeurs or whatever, 2 bounty caches. So it's kind of cool. The challenge rift also is not affected. I've honestly been going crazy farming bounties all week. In comparison to what I normally do. With my hardcore Seismic Slam Let's Play and my main account, I've gotten like 7 to 9 like upgrades just from running bounties and re-rolling constantly. So it's been fun. It's been fun for me, I guess, getting that boost.
Yeah, it's interesting how important they actually are. We know they're important, but you know, no one wants to do it. But also at the same time, you can farm a lot of bounties
I'm sorry, you
You're not,
cut out with her. You can farm.
sorry.
It's okay. You farmed a lot of bounties, and then what?
Yeah, if you're not farming GRs, speed GRs especially, you don't have all the souls to actually do anything with them.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, I don't know, it's a weird one because you've got to do everything still. You'll find that if you're not speed GRs a lot, you just can't re-roll anything, for example. You'll have to go down the route of crafting and upgrading maybe instead.
Yeah. Yeah, you need it's like 50 souls for one re-roll. So you might run out of souls first. I think I had like 11 to 13,000 on my main account, but I have 7 characters this season, and I've been like speed farming, like you said, non-stop, leveling augments. So I went from not having anything to do with them to now they're slowly dwindling. I think I'm down to like 8,500 or something. So from all the rerolls. Yeah. So I still have a lot.
They go really fast, and it's exciting because it's gambling. Let's face it, rerolling things is super exciting because it is literally gambling. You know, you want that item, and
the slot, so you're just ching, pulling it down.
So now it's more of a draw because you're getting double the bounties. So yeah, it's exciting. Did you join public groups or?
Yeah, I mostly do just pugs, and it's been going really well. Like the pugs and everything.
I'd be scared to join.
Oh, really?
On hardcore, yeah. It was bad enough grouping with people that I knew on hardcore, never mind complete strangers. That would be so scary.
Yeah, I got crazy amounts of love. Like every game, people were like, "Yo, Bludd, love the content and the podcast and all that stuff." So it's been actually amazing doing public games for somebody who mostly plays solo. And then running double bounties. I feel like every game I'm in, people on stream or like, you know, I'm talking about in my game actually, like in the community. It's been really nice. It's been a welcome, just like saying, hey, like the content, the YouTube channel, the stream and all that. So everyone's been really awesome in the community. And so since they do recognize me, like to your point, I was a little worried. Because they were like, we're ready for the mouth kill. And I was like, why do you say it like that, man? I was like, what do you mean am I ready? So I almost didn't join mouth because I thought I was going to get, PK'd or something. But group PK with mouth heal. But no, they were good. It went smoothly. And mouth heal can be crazy in a 4-man. So yeah. And I was on my alternate account too. So like my barb is weak, but like my main account, I wouldn't worry, obviously. But yeah, I had like 700 Paragon and Seismic Slam, so I was like, yeah. It's pretty funny.
It's kind of like almost the time I very nearly killed you. And the shrine.
True. True. I think we talked about it. Did we talk about it in stream a long time ago? Maybe.
Yeah. It was crazy. I didn't think that it would
yeah, playing hardcore.
I had NEMS on as well, so
yeah, quick recap, Rekka's like, I have a bandit shrine if you want to come join us, friend. So I go there on hardcore and I'm waiting, and I believe she clicked the pylon, and then she had NEMS, and then the elites surrounded me and procced me instantly. It was pretty funny. Because normally with goblins, they don't attack you back, so you're not even thinking about, getting bopped or anything. So that was fun. It was almost calculated.
I would have felt so bad had I killed you, to be honest.
She's like, stand right there, wait for it. Yeah. And then NEMS spawned
you into that false sense of security.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Exactly. And it was funny. It was so shocking from just waiting for goblins, and you're supposed to be the aggressor, and then you're the one running. So this is good. So I thought we were going to have a bandit shrine situation, but no, it hasn't happened yet. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, I would be scared. Like you say, people notice and know who you are as well. So it would be interesting. Like I said before, I watched a video where they went to do greed on hardcore and the whole group ended up dead. So weird things can happen, you never know what's going to happen. And Malthiel, for me, is so buggy. Like, he goes invisible, like, so often. It is insane. Like, he will just be a weird kind of see-through model of himself. It happens like, I don't know, once every 10 times that I kill him. I don't know what happens to make him like this, but yeah, he never comes back fully. He's all ghostly. You can't really see where he's going. So yeah, that would be terrifying on hardcore. Needless to say, I don't think I killed Mouth.
You didn't fight him on hardcore, you said?
No, I'd restart the map if he was the bounty because I wasn't about that life.
Bounties have been good though. It's a, you know, like we were talking about, it's a welcome change. One of my original wants, I guess, for the season, I think we talked about it, was have a rotating buff in addition to the seasonal theme every week. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it would be nice to have it weekly, but it looks like it's a pattern now. We've had it happen twice where about a month into the season, we get, like we had the double goblins about a month in last time, and then we had double bounties about a month in this time. So I guess I'm leaning toward the camp of this is just what they had planned anyway, not necessarily any other reason. Like they were just like, yeah, no, we're just probably going to do this. We noticed there's a drop off at about the month mark. Maybe adding an extra theme about a month in would help retain players. So I guess I'm more on the business side of it. That's what I think they're doing, but it could be a combination of everything where, you know, everyone's home because of quarantine, and not everybody, but, you know, a lot of people are still home because of quarantine, and, you know, it'll help keep players longer, and it's just good. Like it makes us feel good when we get stuff. So like they care, you know, so it's like, I think it's like a little bit of everything like that. Cool.
It would be nice if they carry on. We've been saying this for a while, especially that there should be this, you know, extra benefit for still actually being there and playing rather than the same old bam GRs, and gives it a little bit of a break up if you have something extra to do in the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like these things, especially double bounties. Double goblins is I don't know, it's fine for jelly gobs and things, but it's a shame that it doesn't double a pack. I don't know. I haven't noticed it double. I don't think it does.
No, it doesn't.
They're
no.
exempt from it, which is a bit of a shame because they're so rare anyway. It would be amazing to have a double pack. Like, can you imagine how crazy it would be?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't even know. So, because sometimes you get double. Sometimes you do get double packs. Then you'd have 4 packs. That'd be wild.
Yeah. That would be insane. Can you imagine just the whole rift of
the last season
goblins?
The last season, yeah, double goblin packs. Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Quad goblins. That would be amazing.
Trying to level and you get 4 jellies and then you can't even kill any of them. It's just 4 times the sadness. Yeah,
that just reminds me of Key. He was level 1, and they had a double goblin pack at level 1, and that was just chaos. They couldn't kill. Run it.
Horrible. Yeah, it happened to me on stream too. Yeah, trying to chase down each little jelly just in all different directions, and it's horrible. Absolutely terrible. They did some other stuff, right? They officially said that they're extending PTRs also. I think that was on the list. Let me see.
Yeah.
At the bottom, let me check it out. They're extending the duration of PTRs. On top of this, we would like to note that we plan on extending Ptr testing timelines prior to each new season going forward. This will result in a slightly extended season, which I'm not too happy about, but, you know, I guess whatever. It could just mean a week, but then we get a 2-week PTR. For the community, along with an additional week for the team to implement and work through the changes before the season begins. The intention here is to make sure that we can apply as much feedback as possible from the community during these PTR timelines while giving us a good amount of time to test these changes before they go live. So that's good. I mean, you know, like the seasonal theme, you know, like a lot of people enjoy, right? I'm not a big fan of it in general. Both of us are not, but you know, longer PTRs and more changes. A lot of times it's not just like having a big PTR. A lot of the time it's about getting multiple iterations of the PTR. Like honestly, if the PTR was 3 days long, but in between each day they change something, it would be more effective, right? Because I would log in, test the stuff, give my instant feedback. It wouldn't be enough time, but then they would change it. Then we test it on day 2, then they change it, and then on day 3, we test it, and then they change it a final time before the season goes live. Like that would be more. It's more of like having different iterations, in my opinion. Like if you have 2 weeks, and then you know what I mean, and then they change it, and we never get to test the second version of it. They could have overtuned it or undertuned it, you know, broke something. We will never know, basically. So
I think what would be better, like they say, an additional week for the team to implement changes. What would be better is after the first week, they make some changes, let us try those changes for the next week, and then they can guarantee that nothing has broken with what they have changed.
yeah,
Maybe. Rather than us having 2 weeks, them playing for a week, and then making the changes, because things happen, you know. We've had it where, you know, it's not tuned right, or they've decided to just leave it now for the next time. That just happened with Necro, was it? I think they decided to leave it as it is, or
yeah,
who it was. But we'll leave it as it is for now, and then check up on it the next time round, which is fair enough. But I don't know. It depends how long the season's going to be extended, because they've got to then test it for a week themselves. And then we've got to wait for, you know, everything to be uploaded. And is it just a week extra, or should it be 3 weeks longer for a season? Because that would be insane.
yeah. Maybe you do like a week on, and then you spend a week and try to figure it out, and then just leave the PTR active for week 2, and then week 3 is the second set of changes. Then we have we can test it, and then you have as much time as you want to do the final version of it. Because maybe you could take it down for a week, so you do 1 week on, 1 week off, 1 week on. I just think that's more effective, where you're having multiple iterations of the PTR, because you won't even know, right? Like let's say like we're like, I think this looks good on paper, all the math adds up, Hungering Arrow should go to, you know, 60% damage or whatever, and then they get everything squared away, and then there's like a bug, or you know, it doesn't really translate, it doesn't feel good or whatever. Like sometimes, or like you have a set bonus, and you know what I mean, like you're supposed to attack in between each strafe or something, it just doesn't feel as good. You're constantly spamming Hungering Arrow. Like you just can't really make changes, or you can't test it. You can learn about riding a bike, but until you ride your bike, then you can really have a world experience, you know, to give you feedback on that. So
Yeah. The god set still annoys me with that, having to keep stopping when it makes no sense because of the braces. That's the most irritating thing to me, because I see that it's working for the braces, and I visibly see it, and every time I see it, it drives me insane, because I know that momentum isn't.
Yeah, people tell me that all the time.
You get that a lot in chat.
I do.
You just mentioned it as well. So yeah, more people are saying.
I do get it. Like there's a lot of spamming for the god set, and people don't like it. It doesn't bother me so much, but I do spam a lot in Diablo. Like I play a lot, and I get muscle memory or something, or I'm just constantly clicking, and it doesn't bother me that much, but it's unnecessary and doesn't make sense. So like if the generator, like Rekka said, is proccing your bracers, then wouldn't it proc all your other generator stuff? If strafing shoots out your generator, then wouldn't, it's just like if you're casting it, right? Like it's kind of like a hypocrite, right? The build.
Yeah, it is literally a hypocrite. Yeah, I don't know how they've made it where it works for, you know, like the braces, but doesn't work for this. That to me does not make sense. Like it is evidently picking up that you are using it. So I don't know.
Using
that's
strafe,
why it's so frustrating. Yeah,
using strafe shoots out cast a generator, right? But the generator, I don't know, it's weird. It's just, the whole thing doesn't make sense. But it's a lot of spamming, and you know, for the sake of everybody's hands, I wouldn't mind if they removed the spamming portion of it. I originally think that they just had a vision for it, where it was more like you strafe when you were moving, and then you would stop in DPS, and it was more dynamic that way. So like you would stand and cast, and then you would only strafe in transition. That's what I originally thought of the set. And you just use strafe to reposition. But so many people like the whirlwind type builds. I think they just buckled and made it a whirlwind build basically, which I don't mind it. It's just I think that they originally tried something different, and that's why it is weird. Like it's a little off kilter. It doesn't feel right, you know. It's the whole thing doesn't make sense really. So I think that's just because they pivoted and changed like halfway through and made it like a pseudo strafe. They made it a full strafe build from like a pseudo strafe build.
Yeah, I literally thought the same as you, that strafe would be just for movement and you would stand and bam the arrow. But evidently not, that's not how it works. Yeah. I think it got mixed up along the way somewhere. Maybe that was their original thought. I don't know. Or they don't want it being just like Whirlwind where you just hold Whirlwind and away you go. I don't know. But it would be so much more pleasant. Even have an option to do it that way or something. It does get really tiring. I don't know. Maybe they'll change it one day. Maybe not. Probably not, actually.
I mean, we play a lot too. So, I mean, I start to feel it like after 4 hours a little bit. After like 4 hours or so, like, you know, all the spamming does get to me a little bit. But
yeah, it's really tiring. It's not that it hurts my hands or anything. We had a poll actually, didn't we, that, a while back, that people were getting sore hands and wrists from playing. But it does. It's not that it does that. It's just it's very tiring. I broke my mouse actually. Not going to blame the god DH, but I did break my mouse, which meant I couldn't play because I
send the build of Irvine. Yeah, send it to Anaheim. Get Blizzard on it.
Yeah, so I had to get a new mouse, then that one didn't work. Then I had to go get another new mouse, so yeah, I've had a fun time with my mice, but yeah, if you don't have a comfortable mouse for your hand, I can understand why it might hurt a little bit. Maybe.
I think like posture and positioning too helps a lot. Like whenever I'm like I used to play WoW sometimes in my living room, I had like the PC set up and like I was all in an awkward angle, my hand would hurt. And like sometimes when I'm slack at the end of the night after streaming, I'll lean back and I'll play, you know, all slouched and my hands start to hurt like randomly. But when I'm streaming for, you know, 9-10 hours a day and I'm upright and my posture is good, I don't know, like I feel like, you know, my elbow's not on the chair. You know, only my wrist is resting on the desk. I feel like when I'm like perfect ergonomic status, I could play all day. It doesn't really hurt. So it could be that like too, but
yeah, it's a weird one, but it is very spammy. I don't mind spammy, but you know, I prefer chill kind of builds like Whirlwind's really chill, Tempest Rush really chill.
One of the good things about Diablo, I guess, you can multitask since it's relaxing. You know, you can like watch streams or Netflix and just get your progress, kick back and grind away. Work on a bunch of characters.
That's generally what a lot of your chat do. Everyone's playing something at the same time as watching, which is really fun. There's not many other games where the community is watching and not playing something. Like, it's general, you're going to a stream and it's bam. But everyone's playing and focusing. We get, you know, and it's just a nice kind of vibe. I don't know.
No cozy. It's nice that you can pause it solo too.
Yeah, unlike other games.
When I play other games, I'm like, we can't pause this? What the hell, man? I'm so used to being able to just like stop and then, you know, like watch a video or like it's nice to take a break, you know, like a little quick 2-minute timeout. So.
Yeah, that's the thing, like playing WoW and dungeons, you can't really pause anything. You just have to go until you finish, or you get kicked. That's always fun. At least there's not a real... Well, there is a kick option in Diablo, but it doesn't get used often. Only in bounties. That's when I would kick people if they're not doing what they're supposed to.
Yeah, true.
Not that I kick everyone. I'm not like a constant kick this guy who sucks or anything. But If people are just sitting in town, bye-bye. Yeah. That sounds savage now. I feel mean.
Kick, yeah, no, I was doing bounties and then like yesterday, and I forget I wasn't solo because I play so much solo, and I would just like talk to chat and then like look at videos. I'm like, wait, I'm in a group. What am I doing? I hope they don't kick me, man. I'm here. What am I doing?
They're probably like this damn streamer.
Yeah, streamer privilege. Yeah, just AFKing in the middle of the grit in the game, or whatever. I don't think I got too many bounty bots. I didn't see any of that yesterday. At least on hardcore. Probably softcore might be everywhere.
Yeah, softcore. It's pretty interesting. You can spot them a mile off. What you can do is report them.
Yeah.
They're really obvious. They will go back to town after everyone. There's multiple ways to spot. You just know it's not a human player, basically. It's so easy to notice. I'm not going to say more, but yeah. If you ever think of botting, just know you are very easy to bot. I will say that. Yeah, just don't do it, because you can tell instantly when it is a bot. Even if Blizzard can't detect it, we can.
Yeah, even like in WoW back in the day, you could tell somebody farming. They don't look human, like the way they move, and it's weird.
Yeah.
So.
Someone I know actually was banned in WoW because of the hours that they played. They played like 14 plus hours, and he just farmed all the time, and he was reported and banned for being a bot. So he then started streaming, funnily enough, to prove that he was actually the one playing and it wasn't a bot. So yeah, he just played for so long. He could go for like 18, 20 hours plus.
Damn.
So that was why he started originally streaming, and he got partnered and things. So it's kind of funny to be, thought of as a bot. You're actually not a bot, you're legit. And yeah, so it actually, him getting banned did him some good.
That's kind of funny, huh?
Yeah, it's weird.
Turn that frown upside down.
Big time.
Yeah,
he was really successful. He did giveaways and crazy stuff. He told it's just what he liked doing. So yeah, toxic people. But yeah, you could tell when he was playing, he definitely wasn't a bot. But they figured these hours aren't normal.
Yeah, they're like, most humans need more than 4 hours of sleep a day.
Yeah, they haven't met me.
Yeah. He's like, hold my beer. I got this.
Yeah, it's really weird. But yeah, just never bot. It's sad because there are a lot of people that get reported for being bots, but they are. Yeah, in Diablo especially, you can definitely tell it's possible to think that would be a human. Once you see it, you know exactly.
Yeah. So what is next on our list? Let me look at the sheet. You can probably find it.
Yeah. So I've been watching an interesting thread. So we talk a lot about solo and solo self-found and how it'd be good if they had differences.
Yeah.
I've been watching this thread for a while. A guy called Goku started it, and he has some good points, and lots of people have joined in with it. And it's an ongoing thing. So he said regular rifts. So this is for solo players, and he has ideas like of how to make it nicer. So regular rifts no longer have the 30-second timer when closing, because I believe that was put in for groups if you need to pick up anything on the map last second. You still have time to get there before it closes. Well, that doesn't matter if you're solo, because you've picked.
Yeah, I mean, unless you misclick, I guess, but that's your fault.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Oh.
It's like if you misclick on a gem you want to level, it's like your fault, right? So it's the same thing in a way.
Yeah, exactly. I forever do that, and then I'm like, what happened? So yeah, I thought that was actually probably the nicest. Even just as a regular solo player, it would be nice not to have the timer, or at least a reduced timer. Same with puzzle rings. When you do them solo, you have. It's kind of a feels bad because, for me personally, it's easier to leave game and come back in to bypass it, and I've done that quite a lot, especially when I get a lot of puzzle rings. So yeah, it's easier leave game, start a fresh game.
This is pretty
rather
good.
than wait for the timer.
Yeah, this is a pretty good suggestions. Regular rifts no longer have a 30-second timer. That's good, like we talked about. Follower experience gear counts toward yours. You could do it this way, or you can just give us the strength and numbers buff. Like maybe like a 1. Maybe not the 4. I want the 4, but you can at least give us the second, because there's technically 2 people if you count Cormac as a person.
Borderline.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, that would be at least double the experience we normally get, but it wouldn't be as strong as group still. But that'd be cool. Gem upgrade chance is 100% if the greater lift. What is that? Greater rift level gem
is over. So if your greater rift level is higher than your gem, it's 100%. So even if you were doing
like a 99, 98.
Yeah, 99. Yeah. Because it's kind of harsh as a solo player when you have to solo run the higher levels and it takes longer because you're solo, whereas a group could do it in like a speed run. It might take you more than double or even triple that time, which is an interesting thing, but that would...
Yeah, I never thought about that.
I don't know how that would work, but that is an interesting view on it.
Yeah, that, like if you run 120s, you can get all your gems to 119 with 100% accuracy, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which would be cool. That would be good.
It'd be awesome. And then he has completing a greater rift in less than 2.5 minutes grants 1 extra gem upgrade. To promote like speeds, I guess. Yeah.
People do a lot of speeds, especially solo. Like 99s and 105s, 109s.
Yeah, I don't know if they would ever add that, but I mean, maybe 2.5 is like for top tier players. Like if you're doing even 99 speeds, like, or like 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. So they might do like less than 5 or something, you know.
It would be nice if when you're doing, these below 100, it would be nice if you got an extra gem upgrade, because you're generally doing that for augments.
Yeah.
Or,
double augment season.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, that would be so nice.
Double gem upgrade season. Dang, I would get gear out 7 characters so quick. Twice as fast, I guess. And then number 5, he says only 2 bounties per act are needed to receive the cash. Yeah, this one I said too in the past. Because when you do them solo, you pretty much will do your act, which is 5, and then you might do like 1 or 2 to help out the rest of your team. So that's like you would do like 5, 6, 7, 8 maybe. But if you do 2 per act, that's 10. So that's still even more than you would do in a group. Or it sounds funny, only 2 per act, but it's still more than a group player does. So
someone also said follower gets to equip 1 gem in a follower specific item and you get half of the benefits. So like trapped or esoteric or something. That would be nice.
Yeah.
Because, groups have monks that can shields, healing, lots of different E-Necro, Z-Barb. So it would be nice if they could get something a little extra, maybe help them.
Some.
I'd be for it. There's a lot of really nice ideas in this thread though. Like the XP, make it a baseline for all group sizes. Including solo. So instead of groups getting, I know they when they originally made it, they were like, okay, groups are the most fun things, so we're going to make them seem more appealing. But now a lot of people prefer to just do things on the side, or there's the SSF. A lot of people like to try and do that and stay solo the whole time. So I think making it a baseline is probably nicer.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'm just skimming through the comments, and somebody said there are streamers and other SSF players that solo to 3,000-4,000 Paragon. But playing 14 hours a day is crazy.
Yeah, they're the exception to the rule when they have that amount of time. And
I don't know if we have a confirmed 4,000 solo player. I know there's a confirmed around 3,000. And that's like
Levy did 4K last season, I think it was.
Did he?
Yeah. But he played like crazy, man.
Oh my god, that's so much probably to get there. I probably could look up his profile really quick.
Yeah, that would be absolutely destroying. I think I remember him tweeting about it. I'm pretty sure it was last season.
Like it's not like not applicable to say like the one person that's a psychopath that grinds that much Paragon. You know what I mean? Like there's not like a thing that you should count, right? Like you don't build your game around like that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm sure he got 4K. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he did. I remember seeing it.
Let's see. Career season. So season 20, right?
Yeah.
He had hardcore Paragon level 4045.
Yeah.
He had a lot of hours. Let's see.
I had a lot.
Yeah. Amazon, what's 3 plus 412 plus 8 plus 3 plus 162 plus 224. Wow. Oh, my Amazon's muted. So let me do some quick math then. That is 225. Let's just say that's 300, 400, 800. They had like 825 hours roughly. That's insane.
Yeah. He went hard.
What's 825 divided by 3 months? So that's like almost like 275 hours a month, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's like what normal people don't play. That's like insane, right? So
I think most of it was with his monk. Am I right? Did he have the most hours a monk? I think he did a lot of push. I can't fully remember, but 400, I think he
400
did.
On monk and 224 on barb. Yeah, you're right about monk.
Yeah. So I think he just did a lot of push feeds and things. Yeah. I don't know. That is a lot of hours to.
Yeah. I don't think I ever put that much in a season. And I do it, all time, full time for a living. Let me see. My season 20 was, this is like 80, 120, 150. That's 225, 250, 350, 450, 460. So like I'm like about half. And I did half the Paragon. I'm at 2,082 Paragon. But
I found his post on Twitter actually as well.
Oh, did you? Nice.
Yeah, so 820 hours, 56 minutes. So yeah, you were really close. Total time to get to Paragon 3000 was 429 hours and 56 minutes.
Damn.
But then the gap between 3,000 and 4,000, his total once he got to Paragon 4,000 was 772 hours and 4. That is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is insane. A lot of hours.
Yeah, I don't even know. Like, that doesn't even count. Most people don't have that much time to play, so.
Yeah.
And even me, who does have time to play, like, that's just, like, crazy. That's, like, you're so committed and, like.
The interesting one is he got 296 primals. Which seems like a good thing, but for all those hours, geez.
Yeah, I think I got 150 last season. So that's that's about half. Also, half the game time, half the primals. So we're on the same pace, roughly. I think I was at like 150-ish.
Yeah,
one death?
One death. Yeah, he's Demon Hunter. In a 128 Lord Rapid Fire. It's so crazy though to think that you have to put all that in, and then they claim that the average player is 5,000 Paragon.
Yeah, that was just
failed to see how.
It's just that had to be a mistake because that was pretty crazy. It had to be like somebody blipped. You know what I mean?
It has to be 100%. It can't be.
They had a lot of blips in the last like year, but like they would be like, we don't design around group play, and then the next patch was like group buffs. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold on. And then they'll be like, we don't design around group play, and then we get the seasonal theme where you can only trade stacks, right, in a group.
Yeah, and we're told that the group meta changes frequently, so it kind of does seem like things are being tuned again back to group play.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Who
But
knows?
yeah, 820 hours.
I'm good.
Uh,
I like going out still and living a normal life. So
yeah,
I like Diablo. I play 8 9 hours every day. So
but
but
that should be a feat of strength. Like they should have, we said about achievements before, but you can say it's average to be 5,000 Paragon. Maybe once you've played since season one and I was an average player,
I
maybe you
mean,
should be at 5,000 then as a whole, not just in a
yeah.
season.
I mean, like, so we love Leviathan here. He's awesome. He's one of the top tier players, right? But
Mhm.
then you play that much just to be able to compete with group play. And then what happens? You get burned out, right? And he had to step away from content creation. I don't know if it
Yeah.
had anything to do with it, right? I don't know his life, but you know what I mean? Like, to even compete to get 4,000 and then it just burns you out. Like, that's why I want caps. It's just exhausting, you know?
It really is exhausting. Um, as soon as you put these hours into any game, soon enough you're going to be totally burned.
Yeah.
I get that way. I switch games a lot. From Diablo to WoW. It's not often I spend a lot of time in games outside of those two. I will have a little play here and there, but it's never I will stick to them. Always come back to two of them. But WoW is burning me out to the point where I'm sick of it recently. Just because of the whole, I don't know, more people are at home, which means more people are playing, and in WoW especially, that means more people have time to farm things and use the auction house. So for me, it's a burnout for the fact that anything you put in the auction house instantly is undercut, and it just turns into an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
But that's my own fault for playing on, one of the biggest realms in EU. It's my own picking and my own fault for, picking that. But Diablo, to put that amount of work into it on your own as well, um, yeah, that's enough to send you absolutely insane. Like you said, we
Bonkers.
don't know if that's what happened and he got burned out from that, or whether it was a combination of, he did all that hard work last season and this season, again, groups benefit greater. I know Woody Joe's done a solo 150, but
He
that
did
man
groups
is,
though, for
I don't know,
sure.
he did do groups. And that's the thing,
Yeah.
once you're solo, you can never get your gems, you know, like they can, or your augments as well. It is so much harder for you as a solo player, not doing any groups at all, to actually get that far ahead. But
Yeah.
he did do groups, but even so, that man, I don't know, I think he's a robot.
No, he's amazing too. Yeah, no,
He is absolutely
all the
amazing.
Demon Hunter love this episode. Yeah. So he
Yeah.
definitely earned it, a lot of keys and flipped
Oh,
but yeah,
that alone would send me to insanity. What was
that's
it?
the
Something
smart
like 5k
six
keys?
I think 6,500 keys or something. So
No,
like
thank you.
that's the way to do it, is to like do groups hard the first couple weeks, and then hopefully it'll set you up to like you'll be like over 2k Paragon in a couple weeks, get your gems to 150, and then you can break off and then do solo. So I mean that's probably the best way to go about it. But then, you know, because of the mechanic, once you get your 150 or you get something crazy. I think with Pandemonium I did a solo 140 like in the first 2 weeks of the
Yeah.
season, and this is in Pandemonium, right? Like the crazy geysers and everything. And for me, I got disconnected with, because it just felt stupid. Like I just felt like it was like a weird thing. So, but then you get burned out, and then you just want to play something else or whatever, because it's just too much too fast, and the pacing isn't as good and all that. So
To be honest, I really enjoyed Pandemonium only for the fact that we grouped.
yeah,
Our groups were so chill in the very beginning, but like you say, play groups for the first few weeks because generally most people drop off after that point and they don't want to play. So, use that time, get your gems, basically use groups. Most people use groups just to get that push ahead in the beginning because the likelihood is your group will stop playing.
yeah,
We had that where I was looking for barbs and things. Yeah, I don't know, it's weird. But like you said, you did a 140. We did a 140 something in groups.
Groups were fun because we were also
Yeah.
trying. It was like it was Satyr and Barb like meta push like speed metas, and then we tried like the support demon hunter that season and all kinds of other stuff.
The
So, like,
hybrid push as well. That was
hybrid
really cool.
page. We were trying so many different combos. It was very interesting. Like, and then we were getting different results just within Barb. You know, using a two-hander with Messerschmitt, using
Zays.
the physical damage. Yeah, using Zays to bleed and then kite the mobs. So you're bleeding them with Rend, and then you're moving away from the mobs, and then Zays is procking like more damage than it would with like powerful gem or something. So we tried so many different combos. I think that's what was my favorite part, is the variety and all that.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. I don't think our group was ever the same like every time because, like you said, I tried Heartseeker. We tried it together.
Yeah.
The Doombringer Ambos. I actually did my solo with Doombringer and Ambos with Furnace in the cube, and it made
Echoing
it
Fury
pretty
and
easy. Yeah,
all
there
kinds
were
of
so
different.
many combinations. That season was special just because of the fact that there were so many different things you could do. You could use a Satyr, you could have Barbs, you could have just a Satyr and 3 supports. It was unique. I didn't like the theme so much. It was stupid having to rely on kills, blah blah blah. But at the same time, we knew that was what was happening that season. This season is totally different to the fact that no one truly knew that that's what you had to do. It wasn't detailed, whereas then it was detailed. You had to get this many kills for this to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't like it then, but I liked the grouping because it was just really, I don't know, it was diverse. The most, probably, apart from the Cube season, it was the most diverse season I think we ever had.
Yeah. I'm trying to
And
think what group buff they could do to encourage group play without making it just broken, you know, like like make us more tankier or give us each an ability, like, or something like that. I don't know.
People, once they've been playing solo, they've leveled solo, and then they start going into groups. A lot of them struggle because when you're solo, they might have been using Unity, and now that's gone.
Yeah.
Or
The training wheels
they
are
can't
off.
keep up. Yeah, they can't keep up with people because people, look how fast God DH is, even in the push. It just zips off. You can be a map away. And
I always will offer, like, if you look at my build guides, I have like Ingium in a lot. Even though I almost never use it because I play solo. It's because I know what it's like to play with Key, right? A super fast farmer, and you can't keep up without Ingium in a group setting. So, like, a lot of times I'll add things that I think won't make you feel like trash, right? Like if you're playing and you just get smoked and then you're like, damn, you know? So a lot of my builds take that into consideration, because being able to at least keep up, you feel like you're playing and contributing, and just following people and picking up loot for an hour is not that fun for me. So
you say this, but when we played, we had the Satyrs with the ponies, with the Indium, just as a leech thing with canes, just to keep up with Key, so we could get extra keys as well, because, I don't know, he is inhuman. That boy is inhuman.
some people are some people farm keys, and then when something drops, you make that decision, right? Like, let's say you're key farming and you see an item. Most of us veterans can tell what that item is on the ground. If you don't need it, there's no reason to pick it up. You don't need souls. Typically, we don't have double bounty seasons where we need all these souls. At a certain point, maybe after 7 days into a season, roughly, you don't need Death's Breath anymore. It's inefficient to click on chests, click on anything. It's inefficient to even kill goblins, kind of. Really, you're just picking up primals and the items for your main push build. That's because the key farm build isn't really even going to help you because you're already one-shotting, right? So the only thing you're looking for would be like your Greater Rift pushing setup. I'm talking about his mindset, right? So he's like, any of these things that I mentioned are just going to slow me down. And even picking up globes, that's 3%. You go back for 3% progression on the blue pack, you would have already hit another blue pack by going forward and finding another blue pack in that same time frame. So some people are just like bots, like they're so crazy. And he's one of those players, and I think it was good for me playing with him because I was able to keep up with a lot of the builds I was running. And like I said, it influenced my builds going forward that, to keep up with players like this so people aren't left behind too much, I guess.
Plus, he times himself.
Yes.
And gets sad if he's taking too long.
That's a good method. Yeah. You run a timer in the background. I use Snaz on stream, and then you can just look over and see what you're tracking. I mean, there's any timer you can use, but yeah, I use like this chrono.
Yeah, he's really. If you met him in a random group, you'd probably be like, "What the hell just happened to me?" You
just leave because you just feel like you're not even. Yeah.
He'd be like, "What? Hello." But yeah, there are other people like that. It is a thing to be that efficient. He's very. He hasn't played much this. I don't think.
I'm pretty efficient player. I pride myself on being efficient. Mm-hmm. But to a certain point, like I'm gonna open every chest if it's within range. It's too fun for me. Like that's like classic RPG, like Zelda. You click on stuff, or like you just in general, like in Final Fantasy, you open the chest. Man, I have to know what's inside.
I open every chest. I can't lie. I have to. I'll even turn around and go back for chests. I just love them. I don't know. Yeah. There's always something good. I always get a primal from a random chest. That happens often with me.
I got a bunch of primals from like the loose stones on the ground and everything, like the gravel. I just be clicking on everything. I can't help.
We're just out there clicking everything, and then you've got the keys of the world who click nothing.
Yeah, we're like chest, and then loose gravel, and then you click on your portrait to teleport to somebody else to catch up.
And then you've got people like Smith that wait for everyone to get ahead, and then they spawn the Rift Guardian way back on another map. And it's
and just to troll. Yeah. It's the best. You just like leave the gloves and then
I'm like, why are you smithing us?
Yeah, don't try to smith me, bro. All right. It'd be easy to wreck everybody. You just kill like a yellow and then leave the gloves on the ground and then wait until they're like 5% and then you just grab them. And then unless they time it perfectly against you, then there's no way you do it every time because you could just walk over the globes and get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's the thing. We were just globe picker-uppers for a while. I didn't mind because I had sages, canes. I was just running around ponying every second, getting all the extra DBs that I didn't actually need. I had fun just chasing him around, to be honest.
It was fun because we were also making builds, right? So like me and Rekka, if you guys don't know, we were following our key farmer around, and then we just made a leech build. So I think we had like a Crusader with a Sage set. So we're getting double DBs, and then we had, the gold with the Boon of the Hoarder, and like full gold set, like a leech bit. We might have had a cane set too, actually. Did we? Yeah,
for the extra keys, and we did. So
cane, Sage,
Swift Mount. It was full on speed, so he would be so far ahead. He'd kill something, we could pony and pony and pony, and that's what it turned into. We was just ponying everywhere.
Just a horse, he had a cavalry behind him, basically, the horses. So then we're getting double DBs, double keys from the Rift Guardian, potentially, double gold. So it was fun because you're still building and you're making it into a thing, So it was fun for a while.
Yeah. I couldn't do any damage, and I was squishy as hell, but at least I could run away.
My DH could stay around him until there was any jump, and then Monk just dashes, is gone. Like my Demon Hunter can stay with him, like in an open map for sure. But as soon as you hit like any gap or anything, and the Monk just blinks over basically, and then you're like, no, come back.
He's an actual wizard with Monk. I can play Monk and dash and stuff, but when you do the super crazy dashing, I can't do that. I'm not that good with dash. Like, I don't know. You have to pre-see where you're going, and I just don't.
Oh, with channeling pylon, yeah. I have really crazy connection too, so I feel like I can time it.
Yeah. I have the issue of the MS. It will use both my dash charges. So that is the thing with Monk. Have a higher MS. It will dash wrong, basically. It will use both your charges at random, or just crazy weird things happen with it. But it's still really fun anyway.
Nice. Want to touch into one other game? What do you feel like talking about? We got Torchlight, Fall Guys, or Shadowlands.
I would let you choose.
Me? Okay. Yeah. Well, you can tell me what's up with Shadowlands. It says the pre-patch is available, so that's self-explanatory on the PTR. So even though we didn't get into alpha beta, we can actually play the pre-patch, right?
Yeah.
Which is cool.
It's very cool. The new squish is on there, so the level squish, the changes to abilities, the character creation, that's all there. So if you didn't get in beta and want to have a look at things, you can do that on the PTR currently. It's in a week waveform. I think there's week 1 and week 2. I don't know if they're adding more weeks yet. They haven't really said, but there are some spoilers to the story if you go and play it. So obviously there's the bosses from Nax and ICC and some dungeons from Northrend. They're now rares in Icecrown. So basically it's a Scourge invasion. We had that.
Oh really? It's only on the P. Is it going to come to live servers one day?
Yeah, it's going to be on live with the pre-patch. So we're also getting the Scourge invasion again. So we had it in vanilla for Nax.
Yeah.
And in coming up to from
wow,
BC.
And then so you can farm all the Nax transmogs?
Yeah, so
didn't people buy them for like a shitload of from the black market auction house or whatever?
Yeah, so you can buy the T1, T2, T3 things. T3 seems to be quite popular coming up on the black market. The other ones are pretty rare.
So you'll be able to just get it for free because they're going to outscale the content, right?
Well, Nax is going to be... These ones are going to be based off of what they dropped in Wrath. So Wrath of the Lich King, it's going to be some drops of that, but they are going to be useful. So if you haven't, you've leveled all these characters using the buff, you haven't fully got them geared out, now is the time in the pre-patch, because actually it's really easy to gear things out currently, but it's going to be a bit extra easy for all these extra things. Nathanos is going to be a wild boss in the Plaguelands.
Oh wow.
That's where the spoiler comes from.
I see.
I would say if you don't want the story spoiled, don't go and kill him in the Plaguelands. He's going to be the wild boss over there for the pre. And it kind of tells you what happens to him, because obviously Sylvanas has gone through to the Shadowlands, done her a bit with Bolvar, ripped his face off, as only the Banshee Queen could do. Yeah, so he's kind of left now. And we know he was over there. He's in an original quest over there.
Wow.
In the Eastern Plaguelands. So now it's kind of what happened to him over there. Things. But there's a lot happening. I don't know if you probably did play the original invasions, the Scourge invasions.
Yeah, I remember that. I didn't do Nax. I was into PvP, like hardcore. But yeah, I mean, they're so memorable. Like that's when they were parked outside the town and everything. Each city, and then that was fun. I felt like the game was alive and all that stuff. It was dope.
Or you can be a zombie. That's where the fun comes in. That is really fun. But also, I will say, if you have any low-level bankers that are sitting in the major cities, so Stormwind, Orgrimmar, maybe move them away to somewhere else. I've moved mine to Booty Bay. Just because nothing's going to happen there, but the invasions do Orgrimmar and things, and people can turn into zombies and all other sorts of things, so you don't want your little bankers getting murdered, or possibility of getting murdered while all this is happening. It is very fun though, and if you haven't got your Argent Dawn rep, this will be a time. So all the rares that are going to be up and about in Northrend, in Icecrown, they will drop the Scourge Stones, which you can turn in for Argent Dawn rep. I think it's Argent. Yeah, it has to be. Yeah, Argent Dawn rep.
It says item level 100. Is this all gonna? So is everything gonna get shrink down and it's all gonna be useful?
Yeah.
Is that why? Is that why it's a big deal? Because like we're gonna get level squished. I'm talking like if I was like a noob, right? Then you're like the pro, the WoW pro. So we're gonna get stat squished or level squished, and then now item level 100 is gonna be like level 50, right?
Yeah. So we're
Roughly.
going from level 120. We're getting. Well, if you're max level at 120, you will be pushed down to level 50 come the pre-patch. All of your Heart of Azeroth necklace will still work, I believe, because you're still in that zone. Your Azerite essences, but the corruptions that we currently have will be removed. They won't be working, but your Azerite still will. But as soon as you go into the Shadowlands when it launches, your Azerite abilities and your Heart of Azeroth won't work anymore because you've severed the connection to
Azeroth.
Yeah. So, but yeah, once the pre-patch happens, they think it's going to be the middle of next month. It's going to come to live. They're going to have about a month of it on the PTR. So yeah, but then these items are going to help you if you've got any alts that aren't fully Shadowlands ready. So you've made your alts, you've leveled them, you've got them, at a base gear, or you've boosted something buying Shadowlands. This is going to be a good time to get them some gear ready.
A little
for
boosted
going.
and like a care package.
Yeah, currently it's actually very easy to gear your alts. Maybe a week or so. Once you get your cloak, you get a lot of extra loot from that. So currently it's easier to maybe but obviously if you don't want to spend waste time doing that, you've already got beta, or you want to try the PTR, just leave your alts as they are and you can just come and do all this catch-up gear.
Nice.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's really cool though. I'm excited for it.
Getting closer.
I didn't think it'd be this close because the cloak, I think the last upgrade is next month. So it's going to be weird if they put in the pre-patch just a week later after the cloak upgrades. I don't know what they're going to do. It's really weird because obviously the cloak and things, corruption is not going to be a thing anymore. So I don't see how they would do it just so soon after doing it. I think we'll just have to see what happens. Normally, when the pre-patch is on the PTR, it's a month they get with it.
I was gonna say I've done a few PTRs and it's about a month. Like I did what was it when we got the Mecha Gnomes? I went in, tried those, and then like about a month later the patch came out. And then one before that, it was about a month. So I was like, wait, is the pre-patch coming soon? And yeah, like in a month. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it should be next month.
I'll probably do like a Let's Play or something.
Sad all at the same time. I don't know. I just hate change. There's lots of cool things. Like you can, Elegon. I have the mount, which I'm grateful for. But you can now tame him as a spirit beast. You can tame Hulon, who's timeless eye.
Wow.
Nalak, you can go and tame Nalak, but people are still farming them out, so I don't know how easy you're going to be able to tame them. It might take a long time.
So the big thing people want to know, okay? We got Shadowlands in a month. We're losing the Long Boy auction house mount, right? How close are you? Is regular. Okay.
It's actually, this is the thing. It's actually really hard currently. Like I said earlier, I play on one of the biggest realms on EU, and it's burning me out. I'm spending most of my time farming raw gold currently. As like I said, it's a shame because in the auction house currently, I have 568 roughly 1,000 worth of auctions in the auction house currently.
Yeah.
But the problem is, every time so they changed the auction house, so if you don't undercut and you put something on at exactly the same price, the person that listed it before you, theirs will be sold first, which is cool, but now people will undercut you still by 1 copper because that item then comes first instead. It's really weird. It's like a hive. So now in the auction house, you go to it and you say you want to buy like 300 or something. It will take them from different places, and it's really confusing. But yeah,
it's hard to flip items as much.
Yeah, so everyone is more in the stage of, oh my god, the pre-patch is coming, quick, dump everything into the auction house.
Yeah.
Rather than realize that people still are actually using these things.
Yeah.
And still wanting them. As soon as you put anything in, seconds, I was timing it the other day, 5 minutes.
Man.
Pretty much everything I was putting in there. So yeah, I'm farming raw gold currently. And basing it off of raw gold, I've got roughly 1,000 runs of freehold to do before it happens.
Okay. How much do you get per run?
So in 11
10,000?
runs, it's about 13,000, give or take.
I remember you saying like
bit
that.
Of shuffle. Yeah, so you've got to shuffle with tailoring and things. It's a little, I've got the old raids I could go and do, but for me personally, I was doing them, and yeah, they can give you a lot of gold, but it's very boring. There's only so
many times you can do it before.
Yeah. Primal Wood is amazing. Warlords of Draenor is amazing for their raids simply because they. Whereas Legion doesn't drop weapons, and the most expensive to vendor are weapons. So Legion, whole lot of raids don't have any weapons in them at all. Warlords of Draenor, there's lots of weapons. You can get a fair bit of gold from doing Blackrock, Mythic, Normal, Heroic. Same with Heimel or Hellfire Citadel, but they're very long raids. Hunters is fine because you have speed. You can get speed buffs just from hunting pet and then balance. But yeah, not all classes are braced, so even using movement speed potions. Yeah, I'd rather hit my head against freehold and just put my auctions up and have it be. But I should get it before.
That's
I've
good.
got a month, so
just
yeah.
Get it and take lots of pictures for us on the video podcast. I want to see you riding that.
Yeah, I can't wait for it.
It'll
It is
cool.
beautiful. I'm sad that they're removing it because it is such a beautiful mount. They've kept in the spider mount from Legion. That's 2 million gold. The Yak, Aria. Obviously, their very first one was.
Yeah, this
So
is
I
what
don't
it
fully
looks
understand
like.
why they're taking it out. Really weird.
It's glorious.
It is beautiful. I like it for the fact it's a dinosaur. And I know I'm complaining because I'm at the end, but they originally said it wouldn't be removed until actual Shadowlands launched, which November. So, and then they turned around and said, well, I actually know we're going to remove it with the pre-patch. So everyone was like, well, crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there was no inkling that it would even be removed. So, I spent my gold on other things, not thinking rush so much.
Yeah, you plan your life according to like what your goals are. So you're like, okay, well, we got to bump this up. Now I have to go into gold mode now. So
yeah, but everyone else is doing the same. So if you're on a medium populated realm, you'll probably have an easier time with your auction house than I do. There's just so many people at home right now, and that gives them more time to be doing farms just like everyone else. Whereas normally it's not so bad. Normally you can grab hold of a market and keep it. There'll be of you doing it, but at this vast amount of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm getting there.
I hope you get it. We're rooting for you. And I think that'll be all for us today. If you want to support the podcast, you can always leave a review on whatever you're watching it, whether it's Spotify. There's actually a review section there. Or on Apple, you can leave us a written review, do the star thing. If you want to support, you can go to patreon.com/bloodshed. Do we have any questions this week?
No.
No
we
questions?
do not.
Okay. If you want to ask any questions, you can use the podcast questions section in Discord. You can hit me up on Twitter. Again, I think it's because I'm live 50 hours a week, probably 50 plus hours a week. So people ask me live and then we answer. So that's probably what it is. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate all the viewership we've been getting. We've been climbing the ranks all the time in the North American market, all over actually. But yeah, it's a pretty aggressive, like everybody has a podcast in 2020 and we're like been like top 150 often, and we peaked at even like rank 4 one of the weeks on Apple. So like we spike a lot. So I appreciate all the listeners and everything like that. But that'll be all for us today. Everyone have a good week. We'll see you next week. Peace out.